Hi everyone, welcome back to the gameplay of PTT6. Let's continue with the beginner maps, as always using no monkey knowledge. Finally, logs now in Chimps, and that is gonna be the last part of these beginner maps. Then I'm gonna start the intermediate ones, and I'm gonna have a pretty like different start, starting with actually here I'm gonna just restart because I need to place that droid a little more close to the left side. So again, because of the fact that this track is going to be very long and it's going to be fairly easy to like make every possible strategy work here, I'm gonna start with a droid 001, and I'm gonna show you a strategy that I've seen recently on another YouTube channel. That is a strategy that works as well for more intermediate and like more advanced maps. And the only thing you do is like get well, in this case you should have like Obin or Gwen to make it work better, but in this case, because this map is a beginner one, Quincy it's good anyway. And you pretty much combo the Avatar of Wrath with a Perma Spike, and then you get the other druids to make the Avatar of Wrath attack even faster. So you just build one first, then you get the Perma Spike, and after all of that, that is where you get the other druids of the other populaces to actually increase the damage of the attack speed of the druid or the Avatar of Wrath. That's how it works. Again, same principle of the ninja in and in the improbable gameplay. I'm placing the druid in this particular position because that is going to allow it to attack both this top side, middle side, and bottom side. Barely, especially when I'm gonna get like a village, so I'm gonna increase its range even more. Should be able to reach out this bottom part of the track, and the same goes for Quincy. So let's get here attack speed, and I think that's it in terms of the droid. That's gonna be what I'm gonna get. Should be able to defend pretty well because Quincy level 5 gets camo detention, so I don't need to worry about camo run 24. And then for the leads in run 28, I'm gonna use as a normal an alchemist. I'm gonna place it like around here. Should be good. And yeah, that's gonna be my strategy. So let's get where I'm gonna get this village. I think I may get it like here, and then here I can get like a perma spike. I think that could be a good way to go. So let's place this village here the closer I can to the right side. Yeah, should be good. Or maybe here, right? The village still covers here. Yeah, here. So I'm gonna actually get here direct spikes so I can place them like close, and yeah, now the spike factor is gonna stack the spikes right here, and that's exactly where I want them, so that the balloons can, like, I can stack most of the spikes, and then if some balloons are leaking, then the spikes are gonna be stacked, and so I'm gonna be able to pop most of them. So in this case, in these rounds, if some Bloons pass, I have the spikes, plus the fact that now I have more range on the druid, so I can attack again this bottom side. I don't know if Quincy is in range or not. I think she's in range of the village, or well, I don't know. But anyway, I need to place here the alchemist for next round. It's important to place this alchemist so that you get it in range of the village. Actually, yeah, I have a lot of cash, so I'm gonna actually get the discount, and now I'm gonna get the alchemist. Here we go. So if not exactly in the center, but in a position, so you can see right here that the alchemist seems like super out of range, but it's actually in range. So remember that if you get discounted on a village and you place a tower in range of the village, that tower gets already discounted on the base price. So you save up some cash on that as well. Let's get here 100, the Druid of Wrath, so I can start stacking some attack speed. And now what happens when you go with no druids, so you don't stack the druids earlier on, is that you're very susceptible to the mid rounds, like round from 40 until like 70, until you actually get the Avatar of Wrath. So that's why I'm gonna help my towers like keep a good mid game and have some effectiveness on like knocking back the Bloons and so on, just with Super Monkey, Sangat. Oh yeah, camo is no problem because I have the spikes. I don't know why I was worrying about that. And now Quincy as well with level 7. She procs every 3 shots like an explosion that can pop as well leads. So you have double lead popping power, Quincy that can detect camo, and then now this Super Monkey. Again, I'm gonna place here as close as I can to the village and as close as I can to the top path. Alright, that's it. And very important, getting discount to the village, so in that way you get the Super Monkey price of the upgrades reduced. So I got here Laser Blast just to do some extra damage, but next is gonna be getting knockback. Sometimes it's better to, before even getting Laser Blast, to get knockback right away. But in this case, because of how this map is built, I don't really feel threatened by the rounds. And so I go first to Laser Blast, and then I'm gonna go knockback. Here we go. Next is gonna be getting this village 022 to detect camo with all my towers. Should have Quincy in range as well. I'm not entirely sure, but consider the position of the Alchemist, that the Alchemist is in range. Should be in range. That's the Moab. No problem. So that's camo detection, alright. And the next part of the strategy is just getting now this Super Monkey to Sun God, or Sun Avatar as it's called in BTD6. And after that I can wait pretty much with changing like very slightly the defense, so without adding or editing anything, until I can get the Avatar of Wrath. So the Sun Avatar is that good, even without Obin, that once you get it, you're pretty much guaranteed up to round like 81 or 82 that you can survive with no problem. So not even needed like micro or changing like focus or activating abilities. It's just that powerful. And after getting the Sun Avatar, the only thing I'm gonna get later on is gonna be the Populous, of course, because then I'll get the Avatar of Wrath. And the Alchemist 300. That's gonna be the only things I'm gonna get after I get the Sun Avatar. But after that, I'm gonna just wait until I get enough cash to get the Avatar of Wrath. Then after that, it should be around like around 82, 83 when I get the the Avatar of Wrath. And so I'm gonna get right away the Perma Spike, or most likely first the MIB for the DDTs in round 90, and then the Perma Spike about round 92. And that should be the game. I hope, the only thing I hope is that mob class Bloons are not that thick that my spikes here are gonna be removed if they start stacking up and like turning up right here. So that's my only concern. I hope that these spikes are far enough that mob class Bloons are not gonna remove them. So 2k more to the Sun Avatar. Not even needed to get an Alchemist to buff this Sun Avatar. After I get the Avatar of Wrath, so the Druid is gonna do a lot more damage than the Sun Avatar. That's why I preferred already in the early rounds to get an Alchemist for the Druid and not for the Sun Avatar. Alright, that's it. So next is Populist and the Alchemist 300. Actually, let's get the Alchemist 300 first. And the Druid is the one that gets buffed. See the range. Alright, let's get this. Let's get as well the Heart of Oak, just in case there are some regrow Bloons, like in round 76 the rushes. And I can turn some of those regrow Bloons into normal Bloons. And that should definitely help a little bit. And that's it. So Quincy is gonna level up. Of course, she's gonna get stronger and stronger. But other than this, I'm gonna just now wait until I can afford the Avatar of Wrath. And I shouldn't have any problems, because with the knockback from the Sun Avatar, the damage from Sun Avatar should make these rounds very easy. Plus the fact that the Bloons are gonna come over my towers like multiple times. That makes this strategy even better. So why I'm doing this, because of course there are just some upgrades I need to show you, some turf upgrades that so far I haven't used. And let's start from the Spike Factory. So I'm gonna show you right now the Perma Spike. Carpet of Spikes, I think I've done that once. And Super Mines is gonna be another turf upgrade I need to show you. But of course Super Mines is so expensive that you need to play an Impoppable to actually be even able to unlock it, because you need a lot of income and farm. So one more turf upgrade on the Spike Factory that I need to show you after this gameplay. Then about the village, I think I've showed you all the village turf upgrades. Maybe just explaining the Monkeyopolis, how it works. But I think that other than that, the other two upgrades I've got both of them. And then also another tower that is not here, but there are some fire upgrades as well. There is the farm. And that's it. So after I finish these last 4 or 5 tower fire upgrades I still need to show you, I'm gonna have used them all throughout my gameplays in these beginner maps. And so I hope that you could learn something. Of course, the game is still changing, so and then with each new patch the towers may be balanced and some like upgrades may be changed, buffed or nerfed, but overall I think that they're not gonna change maximally the turf upgrades. They're gonna stay pretty much the same. And also from the intermediate maps on, doing especially like half cash without using monkey knowledge is gonna be quite tricky, and it's gonna be a real challenge, especially in some maps. And so I may not be able to use like a random hero for every map, because I may not even able to do half cash with no monkey knowledge if I use like a bad hero. So and also the strategy on half cash are gonna like be very similar to one another, because those the few strategies that work all the time are gonna be the ones that I'm gonna use. And so it may be a little boring maybe, because the gameplays are gonna be always very similar, but nonetheless, being able to complete half cash with no monkey knowledge, I think it's quite a feat, especially in more advanced maps. On YouTube, the only videos I see on half cash or Impoppable are every time with monkey knowledge, and so I wanna like upload different kind of content, something that may be more useful and maybe different from the other videos. There are some people that do Impoppable and half cash with no monkey knowledge and they upload videos, but those videos are very rare. And yeah, other than that, I'm gonna try my best, you know, to keep the no monkey knowledge, no continuous and no powers for as long as I can. Monkey knowledge especially. Continuous, you know, depending on the round that you're on, sometimes it's just 200 cash that you can use to like continue if you lose. And also powers. I think powers like the insta monkeys are something that I will never use. Maybe, and also like the powers overall, I don't really like them. Like compared to the special agents of BTD5, the powers in BTD6 are quite bad. So just maybe the Super Monkey Storm and 2 or 3 other like powers, the one that gives you cash, the farmer, and the ones that let you activate the activated abilities right away. So maybe those are the upgrades, so are the powers that are more useful, but all the other powers I haven't used them even once, and I don't really find their utility. So yeah, I'm gonna try keep the no monkey knowledge run for as long as I can, and even if I'm gonna like encounter some problems on the maps, I'm gonna still try to beat it with no monkey knowledge. Maybe like changing hero or taking a OP hero like Obin, for example, or Gwen. And then if that fails, I may get then monkey knowledge on. Okay, so finally here, Avatar of Wrath, round 79, halfway through it. Alright, so that's the first thing done. So even before the 2 mega round. And now is so let's start getting this perma spike right here. So of course, because the Avatar of Wrath is like alone, there are no other druids around it. Its attack speed is just like capped, so it doesn't have any increased attack speed. But I should be able to get like a druid right here, another one right there, another one, then another one, another one, and another one. So I can place like 6 druids around it, and therefore I should be able to stack maximally the populace. Well, actually not 6, but sorry, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. So I can do 2 things here. I can get Monkey Knowledge right off. Sorry, the MIB right off. Or I can try get the Perma Spike before round 90. Yeah, let's get the MIB. So in that way, the Perma Spike as well can pop DDTs. Because normally, if you go with a 0 to 5 Perma Spike, the Perma Spike is not gonna damage DDTs. You need an Alchemist, or you need an MIB to be able to pop DDTs. That's why I'm gonna get the MIB as well, so that now the Sun God can pop purples. The Avatar of Wrath doesn't have any weaknesses, as well Quincy and the Alchemist. I could get here let's get the Alchemist 400, so that the buff on the Druid is even stronger. And also Quincy should be buffed. Maybe the Sun Avatar as well. Let's see. No, the Sun Avatar is not being buffed. Maybe it's just too far. And as you can see, the Perma Spike upgrade is very cheap. So 27k. And it's one of the best Star 5 upgrades in more advanced maps to get like to beat Chimps. Exactly for that reason. If you combo it with like Sangha, you're gonna always be seeing this with Sangats, with Avatar of Wrath, with Archmage, with the Phoenix, with the Wizard Lord, with the Comanche or the Apache, in pair with the Sniper, with the main mob, so to stun the Bloons and to keep them out of range. And more or less, you're gonna be seeing those towers in more advanced maps. But the Perma Spike, or normally like a Spike Factory, or Perma Spike, or also the middle path on, is gonna be the most used tower. So let's see now DDTs, let's see how it goes. Okay, yeah, I could pop them pretty early, so that's good. For round 93, I should have the Perma Spike, just in case. And after getting this Perma Spike, I'm gonna just start getting the druids around this Avatar of Wrath to increase its own attack speed. Plus the druids are gonna do some extra damage as well. Level 3 Rage of the Druid unlocking right away with all these Domagats in the map. And here we go, that's the Perma Spike. So let's start getting the Druids here. Three, 4, and 5 with Pop List, because this is the thing that stacks. So 5 Druids around the Avatar of Wrath should give it the maximum amount of attack speed possible. Right, 014. So that's what these druids do damage. So I'm not only there to buff the Avatar of Wrath, but as well to do damage themselves. So that's 1, 2. Alright. So are my spikes here being damaged by the BFBs when they turn? I didn't really notice. But I think they're not. Okay, DTs here, they're starting to get pretty far. But I have here, yeah, maybe some spikes here are being damaged when the mobs come down from this side. So probably that is where they get damaged. But the important thing is that the Avatar of Wrath is still being the one buffed by the Alchemist. So that's why I'm placing these druids not exactly very close to the Alchemist, so I don't mess up so the buffing. Okay, another one and the last one. I should be able to place it. There should be a lot of room here. Well, not a lot, but enough. And that's 5. Okay, so that's a maximum attack speed Avatar of Wrath. Doing some work there. Quincy almost level 20. And yeah, this is already more than enough. I have here a very huge and stacked pile of spikes. Not even like touched. Let's say 45 DDTs. Yeah, here I think I'm damaging some DDTs with the other part of the spikes. That's it. That's already around 100. Proccing right away, unlocking right away the level 3 rage from the Druid of Wrath, from the Avatar. And that's the BD layer. And boom. Easy. So I hope you guys enjoyed and see ya. Bye bye.